It's your boy, Coach Defense here. Thanking you for supporting the channel. Become a lockdown defender by hitting that subscribe button if you haven't done so already. And if you're enjoying your time, hit that like button. Help us grow in the community. Now check out our latest video. Leave a comment. And as always, you got to step up to lock it down. Let's talk about the Pittsburgh Steelers. The Pittsburgh Steelers put on a classic performance on Sunday night against the Jets. Who we talked about earlier, how they're free falling. Mike Tomlin was very hush-hush about his decision to move from Justin Fields to Russell Wilson.
Yep.
And Russell Wilson looked like the Russell Wilson of old for at least one game.
Let him cook.
So I want to say this. It's only been 1 week. And I'm an advocate of the changing of the quarterback mid-season rule that is always goes well the first week. You know, in certain cases, it doesn't go well after that when they get a little bit of film on you, right? However, you know, from what I saw from my eyes, what went down in Pittsburgh over the weekend looked a little bit different. You know, so, you know, although he was hush-hush on the podium beforehand, he stepped to the podium proudly after the game and told the media this is why he get paid the big bucks. You know, as a nod in the criticism of the changing and the questions of the changing of the quarterback that he made. So the Steelers are coming off their best offensive performance, you know, this past week on a usually stingy defense from the Jets.
Yep.
So they look well, like a well-rounded unit on Sunday. So that begs the question, with that stellar defense that they have, they just got Highsmith back, so the pass rush is back to wreaking havoc on both sides. So if the offense moves the ball like this or somewhat similar to this going forward, like they did on Sunday, for the rest of the season, do you think this Steelers team is in a contending conversation now at 5-2?
Yep, they definitely are. Mike Tomlin knew what we did.
Okay.
He let Russ cook.
That he did.
You know, again, looking at that division, Cleveland is pretty much excommunicado themselves out the situation.
Oh, yeah, they're done.
Cincinnati is close to being so into the not weeds. They're in such a hole, they can't see themselves out. So, look, if that offense continues to rock and roll and hum like that,
right,
you're 100% right that they've entered the conversation for contender.
Okay. Yeah, well, I have interesting bit about this particular aspect of it. You know, it's layered to me. I literally, I feel like I was a psychologist. I dissected the team while they were playing, right?
Right.
But you know what Coach Tomlin did. You know, I think that I think you can see, from his particular eyes now that he felt like Russ made them better. He made them a slightly better football team with him playing quarterback.
Yep.
So if you had to ask yourself, what did he see about Russ? He felt like that his ability to play quarterback made them just that much, little bit better offensively than they did with Justin Fields.
Yep.
He saw the decision making being the difference maker in Russ, and that was between Russ and Justin. That was miles apart in his eyes.
Yep.
You look at the team. You look at the decision making that Justin had in the first 6 games versus the decision making Russ had in his game. It was like night and day.
True.
It was like night and day. So all things remain equal. He saw what Russell could do with the football versus what Justin was doing. Because I think that he might have felt that if he could stick with Justin, he said that Justin probably would have given him what Kenny Pickett did. They can get a number 7 seed in the playoffs and be 9-8, and get exited in the first round. Or he felt like Russell can maybe get them up to the number 5 seed as a wild card, or even maybe if they play the cards right, because they're not that far behind the Ravens, they can challenge them for the division if they make a switch now. But if they get behind the 8 ball, it's no coming back from it. So you give yourself the best opportunity when Russell's finally healthy to make that push. And it was a smart coaching decision. It was a smart coaching decision. I give him all credit for that. So that's the difference why he made the switch from my mind. I feel like the decision making and the progression reads and the way the offense flowed with Russell behind center, besides Justin being there, I think that that was the determining factor. Because I was even questioning it, in all honesty, because I was like, well, the O-line is shaky. Justin is way more athletic, so he can get himself out of trouble easier with his legs. So if you want to have that aspect of it, you don't want to lose that, right? So I was like, well, so what do you do? So what was really the deciding factor? And I said, it had to be decision making once I saw him play. But again, the problem was with Justin is that even though he can get away from pressure and he can get himself out of trouble when he's, from getting sacked and uses athleticism to get out of trouble and danger, is what he does with the football after he gets out of trouble is the issue. It was questionable when he left the pocket. It wasn't questionable in the first game with Russell. When he got out of trouble, he got away from the rush and got out of the pocket and got outside the tackle box. He moved the ball downfield. He got it to the check downs. He got it to the closer receiver, and he made plays. He kept moving the ball down the field. It was up and down. It was very dicey with Justin. I think we have to be honest about it right now. Is that because I listened to Greg Cosell say a year or two ago they said that Justin's not seeing it like the way he needs to be seeing it. He doesn't see the clearness of the play, and he doesn't make the right, he doesn't pull a trigger at the right moment. And I think that was the angst that Tom had. So if you look at the offense as a whole with Russell behind center, it moved the ball. They put it the most points of the season. He got the number one receiver back involved, as wild as that is, wild crazy as he is. Tight ends catching balls. The running backs got new life. Hey man, it was all sunshine and roses. And if this continues, man, they to your point, they put themselves in the conversation. Whether or not they're going to be a contender or not. I think with that defense, they got to maximize their ability to win ball games, and I think Russell might give them that better shot. Because again, I think I love Justin as a person. I think the locker room does, but at the end of the day, it's about business. Because honestly, truly, I think I see, because we was questioning why people had issues with Russell and the Seahawks and, Richard Sherman and Marshawn Lynch and all these people saying certain things about Russell and what they had to say about him when he left Seattle and this and the third. I get it now. I understand what they see or don't see about Russell. Like I said, Justin is one of the guys. Russell comes off like a politician. He doesn't come off as authentic or cool to the other guys. He seems like when you with your boys and y'all sitting around and then the governor walks in, it's a different vibe. You know what I mean? It's just a different vibe in the room when a politician walks in the room versus one of your homies. I think that's the difference in delineation between Russell, the person, and Justin, the quarterback. So I think that's the issue what people had with Russell is that he comes off very business-like and not personable in certain cases. But for my money, I think that despite that, I think that as long as he's producing the way he's producing his last game, I think that's going to get the guys to play for him
without a doubt. Especially if he's slinging that joint, throwing them moon balls like he was.
Hey man, you saw how he unlocked George Pickens, so I think it might work.
Best game.
I think it might work. So I mean, I'm sorry, Coach T, for doubting you. I should have not done that. I should have known better. I know you well enough to know, that you got things handled and you doing the right thing as you always do. So my bad. But I was questioning it in the back of my mind, like, why is he doing this? And I hope it works out, and it did. It did, and then I wish him the best. But yeah, I just think that was the issue, man. He likes Russell's decision making. I mean, he's a Super Bowl winning quarterback. I mean, you can say what you want to say about his tenure in Denver with Sean Payton, but he didn't forget how to play quarterback, overnight. So I think that's where it landed, man. Yeah, I agree, Jack. I think it was one game, but again, certain things certain things just feel different to me. I just think that the way for you to move the ball like that in your first game and you hadn't played in certain, X amount of days, months, I mean, hell, it's probably almost been a year since he played because he got benched at the end of last season by Denver, and he comes back and without within the first quarter and a half, he's out there slinging it. I think that he kind of found his groove. So we'll see. I mean, we're gonna see how the schedule looks, but for the first, like I said, they 5-2. They beat the Jets, handled the Raiders. That Cowboys loss was real weird. On that game, but they lost to the Colts too, which is weird. But they beat us and beat the Broncos, beat the Falcons. So Yeah, it should be good. Should be good. Should be good time to be had. And this is the schedule going forward, and it gets ugly in that back half. But I think they're gonna get a reprieve with the Browns for sure. We thought it was gonna be tough games because of division, but they go outside of that Ravens game and that Eagles game. They got 2 Ravens games, the Chiefs game, and the maybe the Bengals game. Those are tough ones they got. They're gonna beat the Giants. I have full confidence in that. Now the Commanders game is gonna be interesting. Then whether or not Jaden plays in that game is gonna be a determining factor there. Ravens will give them. They're gonna have to prove it against the Ravens at home. The Browns, they should win that. Bengals, even if they split with the Bengals, they'll be fine. Beat the Browns twice. Depending on which Eagles team you get and Philly, going to determine that game. Right. We'll have the least split with the Ravens and cross your fingers with the Chiefs, but the Chiefs might have things locked up by then. They might be sitting people at that point. Who knows? So we'll see. But I like the chances going forward, man. I think they did the right thing. Yeah. Okay. Okay. All right. Yeah, I agree with that. It definitely should be funny.
I just read punts.
Yeah. He said he can beat the Chiefs. Yeah, is Alex in here still? I'll see how he likes those apples about the Steelers being able to beat the Chiefs.
Yeah,
it's late in the season too, so we'll see. Especially if they rest their players, of course. Yeah, they definitely done if they rest their players.
Yeah,
absolutely. All right, man. But yeah, we'll see how things go, and we'll monitor the situation closely to see how right Mike T is going to be going forward.
Right.
All right.